and I don't like you. So why? Ow, 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 ow. Okay, 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 okay. Calm down. Calm down. Calm down. Okay, calm down. Where are you going? All right, dude. All right, come here. All right, come here. Come here. Come here, buddy. All right, that was. See ya. Wow, that guy's an asshole. All right. Hey guys, this is Bruce. This is gonna be quick. I don't know what's going on with my internet, but it is acting really stupid right now. CenturyLink, man, freaking CenturyLink. Anyway, so before I jump into this, I want to say thank you for all the positivity on the last video. Wow, I was feeling really bummed out, man, because everything going on with. Hey, Daryl. Everything going on, it just kind of bums me out, man. The news is too much. Sometimes you just got to take a break from the news. How are you guys dealing with it? I want to stay informed, so I watch a lot of news, right, from all different sources and stuff. But it's just gotten recently, it's just so negative, man. And then they stopped all immigrations. I don't have anything positive to say about it. I don't have anything, and it's like, damn, I just kind of felt down. I didn't want to do any immigration videos at all. Like nothing. I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to talk about visas, nothing. It's just depressing. But I got these messages from you guys. A lot of real positivity about our last video, and I really appreciate that. Big Rob, Dale Charity, Stephen Dye, Scott, Ernest, Percy, Artco Drones, Steve D, man. Thank you guys, man. Thanks for all your positivity. Really appreciate you guys so much. Sometimes you just need some positivity, But I want to read some of these. Stephen Dye said, Yuri, if you got it, don't hide it. Let those haters hate. Let the naysayers say what they want to. Do you? Thanks. You guys are among my favorite vlogs. Thank you so much. Big Rob says, man, I hate that we won't see you guys as much. And I'm still a huge fan of you guys. You guys are my favorite couple in the space of LDRs and international dating. Man, thanks a lot. Thanks so much, Big Rob. Appreciate you. And there's a lot of people popping in. Thanks. Thanks for watching, guys. Thanks for sticking through this. Dan the Driving Man. Lee Smith. Dipsy, how you doing, ma'am? Mr. Mike T. Man, thank you for your ongoing support. You too, Daryl. I'm just reading some positive messages here, and then I'm going to talk about some of the changes that have recently happened. I'm sure you've already heard about it, but for those who don't know, that's for the benefit of those who don't know and that are not aware of what's going on. I'm going to go through that stuff. But first, the positive. Scott says, you're not giving up. I know what it is. It's a baby. It is. I know what it is, baby. That's your family. Yeah. Absolutely, man. It's family. You gotta put family first, Lee Smith said, wow, what happened, man? Wait till you hear it, man. I mean, if you haven't heard already, it's bad, man. It's really bad regarding immigrations. But Scott says, Bruce, check this out. I understand how Yuri is feeling, bruh. I wish I could talk to y'all about this. You got a good wife. Yeah, man. I know. I'm putting it all in context. I'm not. This is all of these messages are coming for a YouTube video we did last week or so, where we're talking about Yuri not being the forefront. Like Yuri's, I think she'll still do videos with me. Like she's still in the background and stuff. So, she still edits. She still we still come up with ideas together. We have a whole nother YouTube channel that we do and stuff. So it's just on this channel, she won't be the forefront, because Yuri's kind of the star and stuff. So basically what we said on the other video is that, on the other vlog, is that she's going to be kind of in the background and won't be appearing as much as you have already probably seen. Dan, thank you so much for that $2, man. Appreciate you. Let me see. I'm just reading some more great comments. Positive. Mark Markel TV, how you doing, man? You still have my support, and I got your back, man. I got your back too, man. Thank you. Thank you for so much for everybody's support. Appreciate everybody. And Percy says, Yuribruce, do what's best for you and your family. I personally will miss you too, and the vlogging together. But everything in life changes. Yeah, absolutely. Life is only a flicker. Make the best of the time you have on this earth. Man, that's exactly how I feel. Life is too short to worry about little things, you know? Too short to worry about little things. So we still are going to create content. It's just, it's just a change, just a slight modification on how we'll do it and stuff. So, but we won't stop. Mr. Mike T, man, thank you so much for that, man. Appreciate you. Always supporting. $10,000. Share the love. Yeah. Let me see. We'll miss you, Yuri. Thanks a lot for the past videos and the help. Completely understandable, though. Yeah, it's just, actually, since I've been doing this and meeting a bunch of other smaller YouTubers, and really the larger ones too, it does get stressful. Like, it's because you're putting so much information out there that it does, it can interrupt some parts of family life. And there was just a lot of drama around all of it. And it just, there's other things, that, like I said, my ex was watching the videos and then causing all this other drama. And that was really the main thing. Like, people we know around us were creating some kind of drama. And it had less to do with the viral as to people that we personally knew were doing and saying stuff. So that's really what it is, and I go way more into it on the Patreon. I can't really talk about it here. It's just too, I'm sure that those people are watching. We have people who know us personally who watch the videos and will do and say crazy shit. So that's what I'm talking about. That's why Yuri is kind of like, whatever, this is not worth the drama. Andy, how you doing? He says, I want to stop by and say my final goodbye to you, to you know who. My final goodbye to you know who. Back every now and then. She'll just make guest appearances or something. It's my house acre says, what the hell happened? There's a couple things that happen. Right now, what I'm talking about is my wife, who we would sometimes do like these vlogs, or we do these, me and her would sit here and we would talk and stuff and chat with people and do content, cover things. But she doesn't really want to be on camera. And she, like, for the last kind of 2 years, she's kind of like not been wanting to do it as much. So she's more like in the background and stuff. And we'll probably do some like Patreon videos together, but not YouTube. It's just it's just so divisive. I don't know if you've done YouTube for a long time. It's just, there's so many like negative, really social media as a whole. There's this element of like super negative people who just, I don't know if this is an outlet for them to let out all of their garbage throughout their life is so shitty that they vent on social media. And they vent on you. Like, if you're a personality on YouTube or on Facebook or wherever, they vent to you because their life is messed up. So, but yeah, there's an element of that. It doesn't bother me. Like, I don't care what they think, right? If anything, I'm okay with it because it gets me likes and views, which makes us money. So I'm kind of like, we should make them more mad, you know what I mean? But I'm like, nah, I don't, I should probably chill with that. So I just like, nah, I'll just throw some water on this fire. Daryl, thank you for that, man. Appreciate you. Markel TV says, block and more means nothing to trolls. They just create new accounts. Exactly. Markel knows what's up. So they'll just create new accounts. They'll make a fake account that you can't tell who they really are, right? But you know who they are because of what they're saying or what they're doing or whatever. And, it's a lot of other stuff going on too that I don't talk about on this channel, but man. But it doesn't, me and Yuri are are fine, by the way. We are good. We are good. But it's the negativity that it's like we don't, it's like an extra thing you don't really need. You know what I mean? It's like we got other things to deal with than the negativity. So to carry that weight, that's what's happening. But there's something else to answer your question, Acres. There's something else that we need to talk about that is dealing with the immigrations that we will discuss. Andy says nothing but love and respect. I wish you guys the best. Thanks a lot, man. Appreciate you. Mike T Man says Bruce, they need therapy. They come to your channel for free therapy. I guess, man. Like I said, it doesn't bother me because for me personally, I care about. I don't know these people. I don't know them, and for them to say that kind of stuff or do things, it's like, don't you have better things to do with your time? I mean, that's how I feel about it. So it's just, it doesn't bother me personally. Privatize the real friends. So let me see. There's some other great comments. I really appreciate you guys' positivity on here, and wow, it really surprised me to see all this the positive comments and stuff like that. Appreciate that. I really wasn't expecting this. I wasn't even sure that I wanted to talk about that stuff on YouTube. We've been talking about it on Patreon in depth for quite some time, but there's just a lot of things tied to it all. So, but enough about me and us and our situation. Thank you guys for the positivity and the love and all that, and the resources, man. Thank you guys so much. I really do love this community. Appreciate everybody. Somebody said, Andy said, I'll have to go to Patreon now then. How much is it a month? $1, as little as $1 a month, right? We use it to weed out certain people because they ain't gonna pay any kind of money to see that stuff. Or if they do, we'll identify them, So it's just I go into detail about it, and it's you probably don't want to know. It's just like boring drama stuff. I don't mention any names or anything, but I do tell like what really happened that I can't say on YouTube. And it says you guys are still entertaining though. We love your family and chemistry. Thanks, man. Appreciate you. Dan says I was a trained tracker and certified U.S. military customs inspector. Bruce and Yuri have intelligent friends. Yeah, thanks to everybody, man. Appreciate all you guys. Been watching you guys for over 2 years. Been watching YouTube for over 2 years. I will Patreon. Yeah, you don't have to. Like a lot. They're only like the reason now that I use Patreon is to vent. Is to talk about like things I really don't yet feel comfortable. Like this stuff will be on Patreon that's more personal. And then later on, when we feel comfortable, when we've passed a certain milestone, then I'll release it onto YouTube. But you'll understand once you see it. It'll make more sense. And I definitely want to talk about it. I definitely want to, but it's just, I can't. Not yet. But what I really want to talk about here, one subject that I want to bring up, is what's going on with the immigrations issues. If you haven't heard already, USCIS, Department of State, the federal government executive branch has temporarily suspended all immigrations, right? So, and if you want more information about this, so all immigrations, all. That's K1, that's CR1. Yeah, that's what's happened. More information, go to uscis.gov where it'll break down. First off, they're closed until June. Temporarily closed until June. And this has been attributed to the coronavirus stopping all immigrations. I really feel bad for other people. Like Yuri's been a U.S. citizen for a year now, 2 years, a year and a half, over a year now. So we're good. Like we were through this process years ago, but I really feel bad for all the people who are currently going through a green card process, currently trying to bring their spouses over. Sorry about that. Let me get off of this page. Where am I here? People who are currently going through this process, and somebody said, "How does this impact Yuri and Yuri's progress?" This doesn't this doesn't affect us because Yuri has been a U.S. citizen for the last year or more. So we already have green card process gone. We don't visa process long 5 years gone. Yuri is good. Like we're good. Yuri has a U.S. passport. Like we are good. But I just feel bad for people who are still going through this process. What you're looking at here is the state travel.state.gov. That's talking about a routine visa service suspended worldwide, and this was issued March 2020. March 20, 2020. So yeah, so everything right now is at a standstill for anybody going through any kind of process whatsoever. I don't know that there's any waivers. I don't know if there's any of that. I'm not seeing that. Maybe there is. Maybe we can look it up right now. But unfortunately, this is going to extend your process for as long as the federal government decides to hold it, keep going through this. And they're attributing this to the coronavirus. Unfortunate. It's really unfortunate, and I wish I could trust our government to have done the right thing. Like I wish I trusted them to say, "Oh yeah, this is definitely needs to happen." The thing is, there's people who are already here. What does it do to their process? You know what I mean? Like there's just a lot of questions that I personally have. What does it do to their process if they're already here? Like they're already here, so they're already affected by stay-at-home orders. They're already in their state abiding by the laws going on in their state or their county or whatever. So how does this, I suppose like one of the things that's good is that the USCIS or government employees have less exposure, so I can understand that. Like that's rationally I can understand that. So it says on March 18, U.S. citizen USCIS temporarily suspended routine in-person services to help slow the spread of coronavirus, COVID-19. USCIS plans to begin reopening our offices after June 4th. Now, this used to be, they had extended it. First it was like April, then they extended it to May, so now it's all the way June. And I think that this probably is tied to the executive branch saying we're suspending all immigrations. That may have something to do with it, but of course, all that's linked to COVID-19. So really feel bad for everybody, but this is going to just extend. They're not saying it's permanently. If there's any positive we could say about this, it's not permanently stopping immigration. It's just a temporary thing while this COVID-19 gets sorted out. So let me see if I can find any more information that will help us to figure this stuff out. Let's go to, I'm going to search whitehouse.gov. Don't go to whitehouse.com, by the way. I don't know if this still stands, but whitehouse.com. I don't know. Go see for yourself. I'm not even going to say it on here. I don't want to get flagged or anything. Whitehouse.gov. Immigration. Let's see. I want to see the actual executive order that came out. It might, for all I know, it's a tweet. The way things been going lately. Let me see. There should have been Here it is. There it is right there, I think. All right. Hopefully this. So, okay, we went to uscis.gov. We went to state.gov, and we saw that one. Now we're on whitehouse.gov, and here's what they're saying. Proclamation suspending entry of immigrants who present a risk to the U.S. labor market during during the economic recovery following COVID-19 outbreak. So yeah, there it is. They're saying like we got to stop the immigrants from coming in so that American jobs can be spared because the labor market is down, like it's down really bad. So that's the justification. Just giving you guys information. That's what's happening, and hopefully all this clears up. President is honoring the commitment to protect American workers by temporarily pausing immigration. Here's more information here for you. Let's kind of deep dive into this one, see if there's more information for us to sort through. So if you're going through this process right now, if you happen to, maybe this only affects like immigrants coming here to work. I'm not sure. Let's see if we can find some details in here. By pausing immigration, it doesn't say any kind of, like, it just says immigration. So that implies it's all immigrations. There hasn't been a separation of wheat and chaff or anything like that. By pausing immigration, we'll help put unemployed Americans first in line for jobs as America reopens. So important. Let me see if I can find some details, a breakdown of like who this affects and how long, or the who, what, when, where, and why. I'm not seeing a great amount of details here. Has a duty to protect jobs. Okay, there's the why. They want to protect the jobs. Okay, here we go. This temporary pause demanded by the crisis we face as a nation. The pause will be in effect for 60 days. Okay, so we got a win for 60 days starting, I want to say the 22nd of this month. And the administration will continue to monitor the labor markets to amend or extend the proclamation if needed. Okay, there we go. There's some more information there. And let me make this a little bit bigger for you. And there will be exemptions for medical and other essential workers to combat the outbreak, spouses and minor children. Okay, there's exemptions then for medical workers and essential workers to combat the outbreak, spouses of minor children of American citizens and other aliens. There you go. So there are some exemptions here. So spouses, children, okay. So that means H-1Bs are going to be suspended. Just off the top of my head, some of the work visas will be suspended. Let me see here. President Trump is also asking his administration to review the guest worker program to assess whether additional measures should be taken to protect American workers. So they're looking into canceling that one. And let me see. President's efforts will ensure we continue to put American workers first as we begin to reopen the economy. American workers have been hurt through no fault of their own. Okay. Backed by the people, immigration restrictions. I mean, I guess this is typical. I imagine a lot of countries are doing this, and it's only for 60 days, and it's affecting the worker immigrations. I can kind of understand that. I'm not gonna sit here and freak out. You know, I get that. I understand. It's just it sucks that you know, it's affecting people who are in dire straits. But you know, I mean, right now everybody is hurting. So, all right. Philippine Paradise Chronicle says this will all be revised. People, just you need to relax a little bit. Yeah, I mean this. I can see. I can kind of understand like where they're coming from here. Like I'm not a fan of the present administration, but I do understand this. It makes sense. I'm sure other governments are doing the same thing. Charity says, Bruce, the guy in the White House is using the coronavirus to do what he really wants to do. He does not want people from other countries here. That's the perception. And I definitely don't. While I don't agree with most of their policies, um, I do understand why they're doing this. I do get it. And they did say there's a couple of things here that kind of stood out to me. It's 60 days. It's only 60 days so far. If they'd said like it's indefinite or something like that, Daryl, like that would be kind of like my ears would perk up, because they did that a couple times. Like when they tried to do the travel ban, for example, that was very disconcerting, because number one, some of the countries they targeted had never done any kind of terrorist activity. Though I understand now, like having read a little bit more about it, basically it's mostly countries who don't have a good ID system, like Nigeria, for example. When that one popped up and they said, "Oh, we're banning Nigeria," I'm like, what? But it turns out Nigeria has they don't have a very good method of identifying people. That's the reason behind it. I was watching this lawyer who was breaking it down, and the way she broke it down was like, oh, okay, well that actually does make sense. She was saying that because Nigeria and Chad and some other countries don't have a very good way of identifying people, because it takes two people to do immigration, two organizations, right? It takes our organization, the embassy, the State Department does a local background check, but it can only be as good as the local government. Like, so for example, like if Nigeria doesn't have a very good method of seeing who is or is not associated with certain terrorist groups or paramilitary groups, right? What information can they give to the U.S. State Department to further identify them, to make sure that this person is who they say they are? So, on the USCIS end, the USCIS, they do a background check on the U.S. citizen. So their side is fine. But when you go over to these other countries, sometimes they don't have a very good solid system of identifying people. At least that's what the lawyer was saying, the immigration lawyer that I was watching. And I was like, okay, well that does make more sense. Ultimately, it's like you're saying, Daryl, you're saying, I don't trust the administration one bit. Yeah, that's the thing. Like, some of the moves that they make seem valid, but if you have an underlying mistrust, then that that mistrust kind of carries a lot of weight. So you kind of are suspecting everything, that every move they make, and I try to get my mind out of that. It's hard to do. Yeah, with some of the things they do are kind of so left field. Like I said, like when they did that ban, some of the things that they did was I think they accidentally did this, but they targeted green card holders, and then when some of the judges, some of the court, ninth, I think it was the ninth district courts, start suing the current administration and say, hey, like, why are you trying to? These guys are legal residents. What are you doing? And then they say, oh, our bad, and then they removed that statement. It's true. It's the truth. You can Google it. They put in there some stuff about the green card holders, and if I could find it. That kind of stuff, I'm like, whoa, like what are you doing? It's just, I don't want to talk about it. It just it's depressing, man. It is depressing. But that's it for this information. I just wanted to make sure everybody knows what's going on with this. And honestly, I can kind of understand what they're coming from with this one. It's only targeting temporary workers temporarily. They're pausing it temporarily for 60 days right now. It's in effect, and it says there will be an exemption for medical. That's good. That's positive. See, it's not all bad. And essential workers and spouses of minor children of American citizens. So that's not all bad. Hassan says, "Wait, immigration to U.S. is banned." Well, Hassan, what we're reading here is that this came about, I don't know, a few days ago. It's mostly for workers. So that being said, though, what's happened is it basically is irrelevant. You don't really have to ban anything because our departments that usually process people are closed. For example, here's the USCIS. It's closed all the way till June. And then if you look at the State Department's page, it's also temporarily suspending visas. There's no visas coming in. So they have effectively closed all the doors to come into the U.S. temporarily. That's what's happening. The proclamation that was made by the president was focusing specifically on workers. Kind of a political move because you really have to say that, to be honest, because the visas already is suspended. USCIS already is closed until 2019. You can't do any immigrations without those two departments involved. So Shadow says, I sent off my paperwork and filing fee just 2 weeks. Oh man, oh God, that sucks, man. Well, listen, Shadow, listen, man. It sounds like it's just gonna be suspended until USCIS is suspended until June. So it's gonna extend your time on that, and that sucks. I know, you're in that long distance relationship. It's so hard. That's really the hardest part of the whole process is the long distance relationship. But yeah, since it's closed, so when you send your stuff to their department, they have to process, and I don't know if it's closed, so I don't know if they're actually going to process your documentation, but that's at the very least, it's going to extend the time that it takes to go through this process by a few months. So, sorry to hear that, man. Philippine Paradise Chronicle says State Department stopped passports too. Yes, they did. I did see that on the site. Yeah, I just saw that. I believe where was it? Let me see if I can go back one. I did see that. Where was it? Passports. Yeah, look at that. Information for U.S. passport customer. There's a suspension on visas. Visa services suspended worldwide. Man, this is brutal, man. This is really bad. I mean, wow. This is like a 9/11 times 20, man. Thank you for that, Mike T, man. I'm gonna go to the site, State Department. Oh, okay, this is where I am. I've already found this page here. Yep, this is the passports page. Wow, something else, guys. This is I hope we recover from this. It's like the Tiger King says, we're not gonna recover from this financially. You guys see that show, Tiger King? Wow. If you're stuck at home, watch that series. That docu-series is crazy. It's definitely worth your time. Do you guys have any suggested stuff to watch while we're all stuck in our houses? Anybody? I got a couple. Let me see. Okay, you should watch Tiger King is a good one. Let me see. Another good one. There's a movie called The Platform. I think it's from Spain, but you can either watch the subtitles or it has voiceovers. But it's called The Platform. It's a little gruesome. It's not really is it a horror movie? There's a lot of gore in it. So, The Kingdom is good to watch. Let me write that down. I need some stuff to watch, guys. But by hands down, one of the most amazing thing I've watched has been The Tiger King on Netflix. It is so entertaining. It's so entertaining. I mean, I couldn't stop watching it. It's so good. It's no wonder it went viral. The Kingdom, okay, I'll watch that. Kingdom is good to watch. Picard, yeah, I actually watched the entire. If you're into sci-fi, Picard is great to watch. If you're a Star Trek fan, and it's a really good. I personally feel like it's a pretty good spiritual partner to Next Generation. Really, it takes place in the like maybe 60 years into the future of that. Kingdom from Korea. Oh, it's a Korean show. Oh, okay. Have you guys watched that one from Korea called Parasite? Is that any good? I haven't watched that yet. I've been meaning to watch it. Is Kingdom the one that's like is that the zombie one? It's like an old time Korean zombie movie or something. The Expanse is so incredible. I love The Expanse. I've seen that whole series. KC says, it's like reading a script. Minorities dying at an alarming rate. Now they stop immigrations. Republicans always wanted to phase out immigrations. Well, KC, definitely hard times for us, if you know what I'm saying. I'm not gonna argue that one, but and the fact that we're dying from it at an alarming rate, yeah, it's crazy. But the immigration thing, I do understand where they're coming from with the immigration thing, and most countries I think are doing the same thing. To be honest with you, right? As far as the Republicans doing it, like they're only gonna hurt themselves, man. I don't think this was anybody's plan. Like this is not gonna help, and especially how they're handling it. This is not gonna help them, man. You know, it's not looking good in the polls. I can tell you that much. Daryl Charity says, I saw Parasite. It's excellent, Bruce. Oh, okay. I'm going to definitely check it out. Parasite. I'm just making some notes here, guys. Because you know how sometimes they're like critically acclaimed movies, and then you watch it, you're like, what the hell is this? You know what movie I felt like that about? That I didn't think that was that good, but it won like an Oscar. It had Michael Keaton in it and stuff. Who I love Michael Keaton, like the first Batman, you know. It's called Birdman. Terrible movie. Don't watch it. It sucks. Right? By a great director. That director is dope. I can't remember his name. He's a Mexican dude. That dude's incredible. He's a genius. But that movie is horrible. It sucked. It's boring. I didn't like it. I just didn't like it. You know. I like Michael Keaton. I like that director is my man. I love that guy. I loved Revenant. If you have not seen Revenant yet, Revenant is the one with Leonardo DiCaprio. And it's the director, Alejandro. Oh, I can't remember his name. Alejandro. I can't remember his last name. But that director is a freaking genius. That movie is incredible. It has Tom Hardy. It has Leonardo DiCaprio, and it has a bunch of other really great actors. But it's one of my favorite. Like, as far as the acting is concerned, it's one of my favorites. Like, DiCaprio is incredible, and Tom Hardy is, like, one of my favorite actors. So, the story that he always, like, brings so much to the storyline. Even, like, Venom, like, he was really good in that, too. Yeah, Revenant. That's the name of it. So good. Such a great movie. If you haven't seen that, look up Revenant DiCaprio, and you'll find it. I don't know where you can. I don't know if it's on Netflix or anything. I don't think so. Philippine Paradise says, if you can find it, Outbreak. Man, I don't know. I've been really reluctant to watch any kind of movies like Outbreak or any kind of like any of those kind of movies. Like I don't want to. I feel like it'll mess with my head a little bit. I just don't. I just don't know if I want to watch it. So, you see, Parasite's good. Watch Kim's Convenience. Watch Kim's Convenience. What is that about? Kim's Convenience. Is that a comedy? I saw like a little clip of it. Is it about like a convenience store or something? Like Koreans in a Korean store and it's like a comedy or something? It's like a sitcom? That's what it looked like, at least. Andy says, I agree. Picard was awesome. Yeah, it was so good, man. I loved it. I couldn't get enough. Can't wait till the next season. I don't want to wait, to be honest with you. What else is good? Let me think. There's so many things I've been watching lately. Let me see. I saw Deathstalker 1. I couldn't make it through part 2. Deathstalker is an old, like, 1970s, cheaply made, horrible fantasy movie that is like a knockoff of Conan. You know the old Conan movie with Arnold Schwarzenegger? It's a horrible movie. But they show a lot of they'll show a lot of skin in it. It's ridiculous that I get a kick out of watching those old movies. When you can just watch, you can just go on the internet and watch all kinds of skin that you want. But I still get a kick out of watching the old 1970s fantasies and sci-fi that shows skin. Like it's called Deathstalker. It's on if you happen to have Prime, it's there for free. Not a good watch, but a lot of skin in it. Philippines Paradise Chronicle says this is the best time for USCIS to upgrade their broken old system. Yeah, streamline some of the policies and update computers. Man, I wish the government, I wish they would streamline that whole system because, man, it is messed up. The way that it's so redundant too. Like you have to do biometrics. Like Yuri had to do biometrics like 3-4 times. Like literally 3-4 times. It doesn't make any sense. And then why isn't it like TurboTax? You would think that you could just submit everything just like TurboTax. You go on TurboTax, it walks you through. Okay, now we need this. Now we need this. Now we need this. You know what I mean? You upload all of the documents. You take pictures. It just seems like could be way easier. They could make it way easier than that. Like all they need is the documents. They need what? Your birth certificate. They need your divorce decree if you were divorced. They need, like that first part of it is literally you putting information in. You can digitally sign, and then you can upload any documents you want. You can scan it, upload them. I don't understand why that's not automated. It doesn't make any sense, man. Be like Turbo Visa or something. Let me see. Right, I'm looking for movies. EMP 330 days. What is that? I gotta look that up. EMP 333 days. I need more movies, guys. Come on, I'm getting bored. I need more movies to watch. Okay, Codename Studio says once that Netflix show with Henry Cavill Superman is in The Witcher, yeah. Witcher is dope. Witcher is dope. I love that one. If you're into sci-fi or fantasy, The Witcher is incredible. And I'm a fan of the game too, so I think they did a great job. Like I loved it. I really enjoyed that series. Witcher is incredible. So check that one out. What else? Come on, guys. Come on, movies, shows, movies. Oh, you know what else is good? Is what's that? Westworld. I've been trying to watch that whole series. I'm already 2 seasons behind, but I can't. I don't want to buy HBO or Showtime or whatever it's on to. I mean, I know you could probably jack it off the streams, but I can't get it. It won't work. I want to see it so bad, but I can't get the shit to work. Mario says, "Hey Bruce, I checked with my wife and she said she found that immigration offices may be open, but she doesn't know how they're operating. You mean the U.S. the local embassy is open? Maybe they're doing some work. I don't know. Like what embassy does she go to, Mario? We can check it real quick. I'll just go to the embassy site and see what they say. You know, if it's the Philippines embassy, let's see. Philippines embassy. Philippines embassy, San Francisco. Oh, okay, U.S. You got to do the U.S. embassy in the Philippines. That's what we're looking at right there. So if you're talking about this one, maybe they'll tell us what kind of work they're doing. Maybe they're still processing information, but it says that visas are suspended worldwide. So I know a friend of ours said that their visa process has stopped. They can't go into the embassy, if I'm not mistaken. But let's see. I may be lying to you. Let me see what's going on here. I don't see any news here. I'll keep looking as we're talking here. Let me see. What visa contact? They should have like a news. Here it is right here. Codename Studio says, my girlfriend was talking about that last night, me coming back to the Philippines, but with all the restrictions, it's pretty much for us to just wait it out until this pandemic clears up. Yeah, man, it's not worth going, man. Some areas of the Philippines are having a tough time. Like the lockdown, they're taking the lockdown super serious. You know, like I believe Duterte said, "Hey, if you see somebody out after curfew, they have a curfew there." He said, "Shoot them dead." So I don't know how serious that is, but you know, different country. Mr. Mike T. Man says EMP surge from a nuke. Ooh, this sounds interesting. Post-apocalyptic, huh? EMP surge from a nuke exploded in space from North Korea knocks out all power for almost a year. Whoa, that sounds crazy. Is this a Korean movie? Speaking of North Korea, did you guys hear that Kim Jong-un is possibly in a vegetative state in North Korea from heart problems? He has heart problems. You know, he's got severe weight problems. So that translates to obesity and heart problems. And he had to have, I don't know if those are related, but he had surgery, and apparently it went wrong. And he may be in a vegetative state. I guess some doctors rushed from China and we're trying to help him out. So I don't know. Keep looking. I'm not sure how much of that is true. It's only one source that I read that from, so who knows? You want to say hi? No. Is that Yuribruce? Yeah. No, you don't have to. You don't. That's Yuri. Yuri says hi, everybody.
Hey.
Says Greg B says I'm off. Need some sleep. Good night, peeps. Yep, going back there in April.
I'll see you upstairs.
Keep it up.
Baby.
Yep.
You almost done?
Yeah, I'm almost done.
Okay.
See you guys. See, she made a guest appearance. It's just propaganda, Bruce. You think that's propaganda? I don't know. Dan the driving man says, ask Dennis Rodman. Oh, yeah. I saw that on Reddit. Somebody said, man, where's Dennis Rodman at? He can figure this out. He can call his buddy. Yeah, she said, what's up, guys? Let her know I'm here. Andy, she don't care about you. Yeah, I'll let her know. Any more shows, guys? I need more shows. Come on, I'm getting bored. You know what's a good show? A good ass show that I was like, oh my god, this is so good. The Masked Singer. The Masked Singer. That's a good show. Damn, that's a good show, man. I just wish they stopped giving away the singers. So, okay, I got Kingdom. I got Parasite. I got Kim's Convenience. I've got EMP 333 Days. Is there anything else? You guys, any other shows that you guys think are worth watching? I keep hearing about Ozark. Is that any good? Andy said, hard to believe Kim is dead. I don't know if he's dead yet, man. I'm not sure about that. It's right now it's just hearsay and random news outlets. Like there was a Japanese news outlet that said that he was in a vegetative state, but I don't know. I don't know. You know, these days you gotta make sure that that is verified. You can't take one source's word for it. You know, there's just too many people trying to get clickbait. So yeah, but those costumes freak me out. For what? Philippines Paradise says EMP is the next legit threat to the world. Imagine no electronics, no cars, no cell service. Yeah, that'd be crazy, man. Mike T Man says this is exactly what I was talking about. He said Sarah Palin is rapping. Yeah. So Sarah Palin, I hate to spoil it for you, but Sarah Palin is one of the Masked Singers. Crazy. Damn, I missed that one too, and they blew it for me. I would have loved to have guessed that one, but there was some other surprises. I gotta watch them. I gotta find freaking Masked Singer. Hey, Big Rob, how you doing, man? Big Rob, I have an important question to ask you, man. I'm glad you're here. My question to you is, during this pandemic, what shows and series and movies are you watching? Like, what is worth watching? So far we've got Kingdom, Parasite, Kim's Convenience, EMP 333 Days, 333 Days. And there's some other ones, but most of those are already seen. The Expanse, The Witcher, seen that. That people mention. But what movie do you... Oh, Tiger King. Definitely see that. If you have not seen Tiger King, do yourself a favor. Go on to Netflix. If you don't have Netflix, buy Netflix or steal it. Watch The Tiger King. It is insane. It's crazy. It's worth your time. It's entertaining as hell. You'll never guess the ending unless somebody's already told you what's going to happen. It just gets crazier and crazier and crazier. Like, you watch the first one, you're like, okay, well, that's pretty crazy. Then the next show is like, okay, that's ridiculous. And then the next show is like, how could this get any crazier? It just, every episode is crazier than the last. It outdoes itself. It's really good. Codename Studio says, not sure if you want to watch the end of the world stuff now, but there's a really good Australian movie called These Final Hours. Super good, small budget film. I think I've heard of that. I'll just write it down just in case I'm in the mood. Lately, I'm not in the mood for like super horror. I'm not really in the mood for post-apocalyptic right now. I'm just not feeling it. And it's weird because I'm usually super into post-apocalyptic, especially if it's sci-fi. But lately, I'm just kind of like, I don't know. You said shows or movies. Either one. Shows. It could be a series like Tiger King, or it could be movies like, what's a recent movie I watched? You know what's good? Onward. Onward's really good. Onward's a nice family movie. I think you'll like that one. Dan the Driving Man says Saving Private Ryan, Sound of Music. Oh, thanks, man. I've never heard of those. Big Trucker Series Review Sports Motorsports says, I was supposed to take a business class flight on Asiana to Manila on July. I'm starting to think that it's not going to happen. I guess I have to take a vacation next year. Man, I'm thinking the same thing, man. I was all planned on going somewhere and stuff. Like, mine's around the same time, July. and we like I was gonna go somewhere else, but not to Philippines. But now I'm thinking I don't know, like I don't mainly I think the flights will be open by that time. I just don't know how the country will be. You know what I mean? If I go to another country, I don't know how. I don't know how it's gonna be. So I'm just a little apprehensive right now about it. So we'll see. We'll see. I'm kind of holding on. I got my tickets. They're still allowing us to like change and stuff like that. So we'll see. Dan says Killer Tomatoes. Attack of the Killer Tomatoes. Oh, you want to go old school? Check out Logan's Run is a good one. What's that Soylent Green is People one? I can't remember the name of it, but that's a good movie. I just gave you the end of the movie, by the way. Planet of the Apes, the old one's good. What else? Day the Earth Stood Still, that's good. World of Worlds, the old one's good. All Twilight Zone, old Twilight Zone is awesome. The new Twilight Zone is incredible. That is written and produced and partially written by Jordan Peele. Genius, absolute brilliant. Definitely feels like the tone and the feel of the old Twilight. I'm a huge Twilight Zone fan. I love Rod Serling. He's a genius. But Jordan Peele's take on Twilight Zone is so good, man. Check that one out. And that's also on CBS, by the way, the CBS app. Let me see. Clowns from Outer Space. I never seen that one. But if you like movies like that, like dumb movies, then you might like what's that movie called? Damn it. The one about the Toxic Avenger. You might like Toxic Avenger. Big Rob says, if Philippines open up this year, I'm taking this chance to leave the U.S. before they lock it down. Think flights will be cheaper? Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, they're gonna be. I believe they're cheap, really cheap right now, actually. I went to Expedia for flights to the Philippines, and Expedia's flight is plastered with COVID-19 rules and policies. I'm shooting for September to go back to the Philippines. Yeah, smart move, Daryl. Real smart move. But we're already booked, man. I don't know what I'm gonna do. Saga says, not for the Philippines, by the way, somewhere else. Saga says, check out The Pharmacist. I heard about this one. Thanks, man. That's a good one. Somebody gave it another endorsement. I'm gonna see it now. The Pharmacist on Netflix, about the opioid big pharma, based on small-time Louisiana pharmacist investigation of his son's shooting death. Wow, we're gonna have to check that out. Another one I've been hearing about is about that millionaire who killed like 5 people. My mom told me to see it. I can't remember the name of it. It's this crazy millionaire dude who he murdered his wife, and then he tried to hide it, and then he was like threatening other people. They didn't want to talk. What is the name of that damn movie? It's similar to like a Tiger King type docuseries. I've been meaning to watch that one, and I heard it was really good and crazy, so I do want to watch that one. Mr. Worldwide Traveler, how you doing? He says, hi, Bruce. Big Rob says, quick question about passports. Will you think the U.S. will issue them out again? Man, I'm not sure. We were just looking at that, actually. We were going to this page right here. And, best you can do is, like, call and see, maybe contact them and see when. I didn't see any information on, like, when they are going to open it again. But it's right now, USCIS is closed till June 6th, I think it was. What was the date again? Let me see if I can bring that up again. Here's USCIS. Yeah, if this is any indication, then it's probably closed till around this time frame. Yeah, it's I don't know, man. Not looking good for us travelers, that's for sure. Let me see if I can find that passport information. Step March, enroll in Step. Smart Travel Enrollment Program. Let's see if this has more information for us. Dude, my internet is super slow. That or this is not working. Yeah, anyway, we're on travel.state.gov, and here's more information about visa services suspended, passports. I've heard passports are not being issued right now. I mean, I don't know. Like, I think that the offices are closed. So that's what's going on. Mr. Wild Worldwide Traveler says, "How you doing, brother?" I'm doing good, man. I can't complain, man. We're doing really good. Yuri's also doing really good. Family's doing good, man. We're taking care of ourselves. We're staying safe. We're distancing ourselves, social distancing, staying in the house as much as possible, wearing masks, washing our hands so much that our hands are getting chapped. Like, yeah. But other than that, everything's good, man. We're doing good. This doesn't affect me that much because I mostly work from home, so I'm able to keep going. You know what I mean? So, Big Rob says, I was asking about how the certificate of no marriage form. I was going to ask about how to get the certificate of no marriage form. If anyone knows, yeah, help, yeah. Does anybody know off the top of their head how to get the certificate of no marriage form? So I just tell you what the Sinomar in the Philippines is what they call it. I'm trying to remember like how Yuri got it. So Yuri went to some office in the Philippines, and I'm trying to remember what that office was. It was an NSO office. She went to like the NSO office or something, and I can go ask her real quick. She went to like the NSO office, and they issued that out. They gave her one. They like checked, and then they like gave her a Sinomar. Let me put everybody's chats up here real quick. Let me see if that'll work. Hopefully that works. Oh my lord, why does my screen look like this? Why do I have to make this every... Oh, there it is. Okay, there it is. Let me just move it over like that. Okay, there we go. Hassan says, if you are a huge fan of martial arts, check out The Invisible Swordsman. Okay. The Invisible Swordsman. Put that on my list. Invisible Swordsman. Okay. Let me see. What movies do I recommend? Okay. If you're into science fiction, check out Altered Carbon. There's 2 seasons, and then there's an animation for it. All good. Season 2, I mean, if you read the book, it's a little crazy. I mean, it doesn't match the book, but it's okay. The second season is kind of but it does have Anthony. Oh my God, the dude who played. Damn it, what is it? Anthony Mackie. It has Anthony Mackie in the second season, who's a great actor. I'm a fan. I think the first season was just better. It was written better. The second season's kind of like, what the hell's going on? The effects are cool and everything. It's just Sci-Fi George, my man. Kumusta Bruce, how you doing, Sci-Fi George? Just the man I want to talk to, man. We're talking about what movies to watch. This is important because this is COVID-19 and we're stuck in our houses and we need to know what shows to watch. So my suggestions are, okay, you guys got a pen ready? My suggestions are, if you want a series, docu-series, Tiger King, number 1. Tiger King is extremely entertaining. If you're in science fiction, you might like Altered Carbon. There's 2 seasons of it and an animated like movie of it, which are cool. I'm currently watching Ghost in the Shell anime, but that one I gotta watch alone because it's so deep, and then it's got subtitles and stuff like that, so I can't watch that one with Yuri or anything, or with the kids. They're not interested in that. Onward is a good family movie. I've been trying to make my way through Westworld, but I'm having trouble getting a hold of it. What else is good? What else is good? Picard, confirmed. Everybody on here loves that one. Everybody who's watched it, or if you're a fan of science fiction, Picard is great. I actually like Discover too. A lot of people talk crap about it, but I actually like that one too. But Sci-Fi George, we want to know your picks, man. We need top 3 picks. Big Rob says, "Oh, by the way, as far as the show goes, really have none off the top of my head." Oh, okay. Oh, I need to get you that Cinemar information. Okay, hold on. I'm gonna leave this live up. You guys can just chat amongst each other. I'm gonna go see if I can find some information on that Cinemar real quick. Let me turn off this. I turned off my sound. Don't want to do that. Test. Testing. Yeah, okay, sound still works. I was trying to turn off that. All right, I'll be right back. I'm going to go ask Yuri about the Cinemar. All right, I'm back. All right, I got some information. I had to run upstairs to get some information from Yuri real quick. Okay, here it is right here. If you're still here, Big Rob, it's actually, she said you can do it online. If this is still valid, let's just check it out real quick. She said to go to a site called government site, Philippine site called psa.gov.ph. And this is where you can file for the Cinemar, I guess. Let's see if this open or if this works. She said to go here. And somewhere on here is a Cinemar. That you file for it, or Let me see here. Okay, I'm not immediately seeing it, so might have to just search it. Ready Player One, yeah, that's a good one. Cinomar. Certificate of No Marriage. Let's see if we can find it. Sci-Fi George says, just binged Good Omens. I couldn't make it through that one. I think I made it through like two different episodes, and then I just couldn't make it through the rest of it. Halfway through Godfather of Harlem. Okay. Going to watch Carnival Row. Altered Carbon is great suggestion. For 80s nostalgia, Ready Player One. Yeah, that's good. The Orville is awesome. Yeah, I like the Orville. I've watched every episode. Rick and Morty. Yeah, Rick and Morty's that's a no-brainer right there. So here it is right here. I think Cinemar. Okay, Cinemar. Let me get rid of the chat real quick. It's kind of in the way. So the question was, what do I do to get the Cinemar? A Cinemar is a certificate of no marriage. And what I did was I went to psa.gov.ph and I searched Cinemar to find this. It's probably somewhere in here or something, and I don't even know if this is the correct page, but let's figure it out together. Cinemar's certificate of no marriage is simply what the name implies. It is a certificate. Is a certification issued by the PSA, Philippine Statistic Authority, stating that the person has not contracted any marriage. Also called a certificate of no marriage or a certificate of singleness. The legal definitions of the interpersonal status a single person is someone who has who's never been married. A person who has previously married and was divorced or widowed is usually considered an unmarried person. Really? I didn't know that. If a marriage is annulled, however, or is found to have been avoided, but okay, blah 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 blah. We know what it is. I just want to know how do we get it and what do we do? When requesting a Cinemar, the interested party shall provide the following information to facilitate verification of issuance of certification. Cinemar, certificate of no marriage. You need all this stuff. You need all this stuff here. But how do we get it? Like, where do you go? Do you go here? You go to the PSA? Do you have to go to the building? I'm not sure. Like, where do we go from here? Let me see here. Damn, I'm not seeing how to do it. And I can't remember off the top of my head how to do it. Do you just click this? Maybe you have to click this. I remember, I thought that Yuri had to go to like a place to do it, you know? I don't. Okay, let me do something here. I think we're on the right track. I want to say it's on this site. I don't know if there's a way to do this online or applying for a Cinemar in 3 easy steps. Yeah, I'm already on this site, so I don't see. Soon the person Cinemar is interested. I really want to click this form. Yeah, I mean, they're referring to it, but I don't know. Okay, what about birth certificate? What is this? Marriage certificate. Why would you explain what a marriage certificate is? Like in a whole big thing there. I don't know. All right, let me try something here. How to get a Cinemar online, NSO Philippines. PSA and more. Okay, I'm maybe onto something here. Nope, I'm not onto something. Yeah, I'm not sure how to do this, Big Rob. I'm not sure, and I apologize. I thought you just go to this site, but apparently not. I don't see a link here. I don't see any information here. I mean, it explains what it is, but it's not telling me like how to get it. When I type in Cinemar on the site, okay, we'll get this one. All right, here maybe it's NSO helpline right here, because I did see a reference to this. Let's try this. But this looks like a. This doesn't look like a government site though. Request your PSA, formerly NSO. Oh, it used to be called NSO, birth certificate, marriage, Cinemar, or request a death certificate online from the PSA after confirmation of payment. PSA certificate. 7 working days, and I mean, I'm seeing a phone number here, but so do you do it here or what? Go to desktop PSA. I'm seeing like references to it and stuff, but still trying to find order. Okay, let's say we ordered it. Let's see. What do you do? PSA was ordered to stop accepting applications from January onward. Wow, this is what a cluster, man. It's just like a merry-go-round. Mr. Worldwide, do you know how to? Oh, I found the PDF online. Okay. But where do you submit that? Like, what do you do next after that? Let's see. Sci-Fi George says you may also want to check out Happy the Witcher Lock and Key. I saw Lock and Key. The Boys was incredible. I love that one. The Man in the High Castle, saw most of that one. I think I got to like season 2 or something 3. Umbrella Academy, that was really good. I liked it. The ending kind of was weird. The Tick, not seen that one. Counter, Badlands, Six Underground. Six Underground was a freaking insane Michael Bay movie. It was like the cuts were too fast. There's too many explosions. Cars flying off cliffs. It's insane. Philippines Paradise Chronicle says best bet for flights to the Philippines is direct flights. Yeah, I agree with that, especially directly to Cebu. No other countries involved. PAL has direct flights from many cities. On the town side, on the downside, most of those are hotspots. Yeah. Yes, because they're big cities. So right now. Kind of reading through questions here. Mr. Worldwide says, Bruce, they are still working on K1s and CR1s as of yesterday. Did you talk about that already? No. I mean, yes, we did talk about it, but what I saw was that USCIS has suspended everything until the 6th, or what day was that? USCIS. Let's just go to USCIS. Is this it? USCIS? Yeah, here we go. USCIS temporarily office closed through June 3rd. So are you saying that they're still operating? They're still doing these, or what? And then we went to State Department, and they said that they have suspended all visas in worldwide, and they don't give a date of when it opens up again. So I don't know if they're still working on it, but if you have any information, like, pass it along. We can pass it along to people, but all we know is what's on the site. And Mo Weems says, Black Summer, Bird Box, The Silence. I saw Bird Box. Actually, it was pretty good. I mean, it's a real stupid concept. Like, why would you go outside if you can't see anything? And then they're walking through the forest. But it actually was really fun to watch. It was good. It was well done. It's just kind of a dumb, like, I don't know. Like, what are you doing? You can't see any walking in the forest and stuff. The ending was kind of cool, though. Black Summer, huh? Black Summer. I'll write that one down. Black Summer. And what was the other one? The Silence. What is The Silence about? The Silence. Silencio. Six Underground is awesome. I mean, some of the stunts were cool. It was just, it's too Michael Bay for me. Michael Bay, like, his editing is, I don't like the way Michael Bay edits stuff. It's too, like, he cuts things. He has all these jump cuts, and you can't enjoy the stunt. And like, man, come on, dude. The opening car chase in the beginning is insane. Yeah, that car chase is crazy. And he ruins it with his stupid jump cuts. Michael Bay jump cut / explosions. It's like Michael Bay's movies are just like a bunch of jump cuts and explosions back to back. It's like, he has millions, $100 million movie, and he just ruins it with stupid jump cuts. Mr. Worldwide says, I know people that got their NOA 2 yesterday. So people are still processing. So it's actually, they're still doing work in the backgrounds, or maybe what they mean is you can't go into the office. I don't know. It would be great to get some, like, more details, but this whole process, man. This whole process is something else. The Silence was similar to A Quiet Place. Oh, okay. Yeah, I haven't seen A Quiet Place yet. I'm sure it looks good. Maybe I need to write that one. A Quiet Place. A Quiet Place. The silence. Imagine pit bull terriers combined with bats and teeth like sharks. What? That zoom in on any sound that they hear in a swarm. Oh, okay. All right. Mr. Worldwide says they're closed for in-person stuff. So it's okay. That's good to know. That's good to know. So Big Rob or anybody else watching that's going through this process, according to Mr. Worldwide, the USCIS offices are closed for in-person stuff, but they seem to be still processing stuff. Somebody just came on here was asking about that and said that they had just put in their papers, and I can't remember. I'm kind of searching through who said that. But he said he just submitted his papers, like the I-129F, and paid, like sent the money and paid and sent the documents and stuff. So maybe that's good news for him. I mean, if that's the truth, then if that's real, then yeah, great. Then he's going to get his stuff processed and they'll do what they need to do. Workers are still processing petitions, just no in-person interviews. Ah, okay. Well, that's good to know. I don't know why they wouldn't say that. Maybe I missed it. I don't know. Steve Kleber says Rapid Visa informed me that USCIS is still processing petitions, but they are closed for face-to-face. There you go. Yes, okay. We got 2 people confirming that they're still processing. That's great. That's awesome news. Thanks, Steve. Thanks, Mr. Worldwide. Appreciate that information. That's great information to pass along to people. No in-person interviews, but they're still processing information. Good to know. Let me see. I'm looking for more shows and movies, by the way, guys. So if you have any kind of must-watch movies, let me know. I'm looking for something to watch. It's a lot of time on my hands where I can't go anywhere. I got Black Summer. I got The Silence. I got A Quiet Place. I've got Kingdom, which is I think a Korean movie. I'm so apprehensive on zombie movies. I'm so zombied out. Like, I don't know if it's a zombie movie. I don't know if I'm watching it. But Parasite, I'm definitely going to watch. Kim's Convenience. I've got EMP 333. 333 Days. I've got These Final Hours, which is a post-apocalyptic movie. I don't know. I don't know if I'm gonna see that one, but we'll see. And then I've got The Pharmacist, which I'm definitely watching. I need to circle that. The Pharmacist. I've got The Invisible Sword. Parasite. I'm gonna watch that for sure. Silence and The Quiet Place is a definite maybe. Trump, Woeem says Trump will use this as an excuse to stop all immigrations, for everywhere. I don't know. I don't think it's a good idea for them for the sake of them being reelected. Them, when I say them, I mean those in power. That would be a bad move to just do a blanket kill order of all immigrations. Bad move. I don't think that's going to help out any kind of re-election. But we'll see. Let me see. The Train to Busan. I keep hearing about that one. I have to write that down. Train to Busan. But isn't that a zombie movie? It's just too many zombie movies. I'm sick of zombie. Can't they think of something else besides zombies? Sci-Fi George says The Ballad of Buster Scruggs. Oh, I saw that. That's actually pretty good. It's weird, but it's pretty good. The first story is the best, and it's basically a live-action Bugs Bunny cartoon. Actually, I liked it. It has a lot of funny parts in it. Florence Paula says, awesome news regarding the application process. Thanks. Yeah, so yeah, thanks. Special thanks to Stephen Kleber and Mr. Worldwide who told us that everyone should go to the White House site and sign a petition not to issue executive orders to stop immigration. So we were just looking at that. We were just looking at that one to see like the effects of immigrations of the executive branch stopping all immigration. Let me see if I can bring that up again. And actually, it's not as bad as I thought, because it's temporary. It's only for 60 days, and it only applies to working visas, unless they're trying to do something else. I don't know. Like they've done a huge number on the refugee situation. That's for sure. That's not good. But as far as marriage and spousal visas, it doesn't look like it affects it. Let me see. Immigration. Oh, we're only on that page. Can't remember where I found it. Here it is. President Donald J. Trump is honoring his commitment to protect American workers by temporarily pausing immigration. So this is kind of so political, man. Like he's such a man. Jesus, so political. Like, why word it like that? I don't understand. But when you read the actual document, it's basically like, check this out. This is a temporary pause demanded by the crisis we are facing as a nation. The pause will be in effect for 60 days. The administration will continue to monitor the labor market. They're linking it to, oh, we have no jobs. We got to stop the immigrants from coming here before they take our jobs. Right? So that's their premise or their purpose behind it. But then they go on to say there will be exemptions for medical. So if you are here, coming here, doing medical stuff, you're exempt. This doesn't apply to you. Other essential workers to combat the outbreak. So if there's any reason whatsoever you're here, you're a scientist and you have a visa, you're working on the virus, then you're good. You're exempt. But also it says the spouses and minor children of American citizens. So I don't know if that applies to fiancé visas, but maybe it does. And other aliens. So there are exemptions. So like, why even say this then? Like, why don't you just say what it is? Like, we're temporarily stopping any kind of working immigrants or work visas. Why don't they just say that? Why don't they just be more specific? But it seems like they're trying to politicize it. It's like, man, dude, what? Oh, man. This is gotta stop. Let me see. Steven says, yeah, they say about 20% of our population is immigrants. So closing it would definitely hurt the economy. I mean, it just man. The way they word it is like, oh, he's keeping his promise. See, he's protecting the American worker. But it's only applying to H-1B. Basically, it's the only one I could think of is H-1Bs. Because they also say in here that certain workers who come here to do labor for farms are also exempt. They're also exempt. And then also, which is good, this is a good thing, that the families and minor children of American citizens are also exempt. Medical workers are exempt. Essential workers are exempt. It's just like it's just posturing. It just seems, I don't know. My name Bennett and I ain't in it. Mr. Worldwide Travel says The Marine with John Cena is a good one to me. I've never seen that one. Mo Weems says so many jobs are gone and are not coming back. So what is he talking about? I mean, I don't know. It's the way he says it. I don't see like their last proclamation. Let me read that one. The last proclamation kind of, if this is proclamation suspending entry of immigrants who present risk to the U.S. labor market during the economic. I disagree with the wording, like the way that they like that part. I don't know, but I'd see why. I mean, most countries are doing this, to where they're pausing immigration for temporarily, and then they're gonna open back up again. But say, oh, it's jobs. We gotta protect the U.S. jobs, and like that's not even relevant, man. It's not relevant. I don't know why they keep saying that whole jobs thing. I don't agree with it. That they're taking jobs. That's just BS to me. I say that because maybe it's because I'm a little bit biased, because most of my job, you can't be an immigrant do my job because it requires a clearance. So I don't know. Men with yourself, with Paul Rudd series of Netflix. There's one that Paul Rudd is in called Mute. It's a sci-fi flick. I think you might like. If you like sci-fi, you'll like that one. It's called Mute, and Paul Rudd is in it. You might like it. They will.
Okay, baby. Relationship time. No, I'm just.
Hey, is it?
But time? Yeah.
What
time are you gonna?
I'm about to. Okay. Hey guys, I gotta go. All right, I gotta go. Thanks for everybody who joined in. I have been going pretty long. It's already been an hour and 30 minutes, and food's ready, and I'm hungry. Let's see. Mo Weems says they will need Filipina nurses. Yeah, in droves. Yeah, absolutely. I don't think they'll stop them. OFWs are hurting bad right now with everything happening. Oh man, I haven't even thought of that. My God, it's got to be bad, because their jobs are stopped. There's no money coming in. They're in other countries and stuff, and man, that's crazy. See you later, Andy. Nice to talk to you, Steve Kleber. Thanks for that information. Appreciate everybody who chimed in. Thank you. Special thanks to the donations. Dan the Driving Man, Mark LTV, thanks a lot. Mr. Mike T. Mann, thank you so much, sir. Appreciate you every time. All right, guys, that's it. I'm out of here. I got to go eat, spend time with my wife. Appreciate everybody. Stay safe out there, guys. I am